Okay, so for breakfast I decided to make a tofu scramble. Obviously I had to start by pressing out my block of tofu for the day. So yeah, I got extra firm tofu because it's the kind I like the most. I prefer the texture of it to silken or medium firm and all that stuff. This tofu press is actually brand new. I got it for Christmas and I haven't had tofu recently because I've been so focused on trying to increase my seafood intake. So yeah, it was pretty exciting to use this very nifty tool. Yeah, so I pressed this out for about 25-30 minutes I think, until all that water was gone and we had a nice firm dense texture. So once that was done I cut off about a third, since I am trying to have a block for the whole day, and I crumbled it up very roughly and threw it in the pan with some olive oil. I then seasoned it with some garlic, onion powder, seasoned salt and turmeric, and that was that. 2 minutes, done. Anyway, so I'm just going to serve a tofu scramble with some grapes. Now that I think about it, I might also get half an avocado because my avocado is about to go on. I also had a near useless amount of spinach left in the fridge, so I just cooked the rest of that up with the remaining oil in the frying pan, and there we go. Our tofu breakfast. Oh, I might put some hot sauce on the avocado. So for lunch I decided I'd make some miso soup. This is one of my favourite soups. And yeah, I started off by roughly chopping up a cabbage. Literally look how random and mismatched my chunks are. It literally does not matter. And this cabbage was really hard to cut, so I just wasn't having it. Any size pieces will do. I then chopped up some mushrooms, roughly into pieces about the same size as the cabbage. And then went in to chop some baby corn. This is one of the first, I think this is probably the first time I'm cooking baby corn, because I don't know, I've started preferring it over regular corn basically. So I thought I'd try it out in a recipe, and yeah, went well. I then very roughly again, same size as the cabbage pieces, chopped up one small onion. First thing I did was throw in the onion with the baby corn, and I basically left this on high heat just dry to toast up for about 3 or 4 minutes until it was nicely charred on some sides. Yeah, so once we'd reached that stage, now we're gonna add the tofu. I put quite a bit of tofu in, and I like my pieces to be quite small so that I can, you know, get quite a reasonable amount on the spoon. Maybe I should have cut them even smaller actually. Well, too late now. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes. The next thing I'm going to do is add this Yutaka miso paste. I like this one just because it comes in a sachet with the right amount for a cup of water, so yeah. I put the heat on super low, and I'm just going to dissolve all of that in now. You'll see my shock in a few seconds because I realised that a few clips hadn't been recorded because I'd been running out of storage, but all I did after this was add in the mushrooms and the cabbage and a bit extra water. I just haven't recorded any. Oh, I'm out of storage. I'm actually so 16 seconds. Also, I usually don't add mushrooms and baby corn, but it's nice, so success. I do like the taste of miso paste, but I also usually go in with a splash of soy sauce. Usually it's light soy sauce, but I can't bother to get it out, so we've gone in with the dark. What else do I usually add in? I don't know, it depends on my mood. Usually some garlic, but I'll try it first and see whether it's necessary. I add garlic to a lot of things. Yeah, I'm just going to put in this teeny weeny bit of salt. Give that a stir. That tastes beautiful. Also guys, I got my hair done. It's been so long since I've had my hair braided and I'm just not used to it. But yeah, it looks nice. Back to the food, what we're here for. I usually just let it go for like a random amount of time once I've added everything in, because Is it all cooked quite quickly? Let me try a mushroom piece just to make sure. Oh my god, hot. Okay, because I never actually measure anything whenever I make miso soup, I think I've actually made enough for 2 people. So yeah, however, here we are. That's gorgeous. Oh, and also usually I'd add some spring onions on top, but I'm feeling lazy. They are literally right behind me, but I cannot be bothered. So I'm just gonna eat this. That tastes so nice. But yeah, this is my lunch, and I'll be back at dinner time. So for dinner I decided to fry up some tofu to have with some sweet chili noodles. So the first thing we're going to do is pour some corn flour into a plastic bag. I'd say that's around 2 tablespoons. Some of that seasoning salt we had earlier. There we go, just put flash on. Also a bit of garlic, because honestly I honestly can't live without garlic. And some onion powder. This is actually reminding me of the mushroom tempura video I did last week. So if you haven't watched that, I'll leave a sort of card for you to click on, and maybe you should check that video out after this one. Okay, so, oh, I made a mess. It's fine, I'll clean that up later. Just gonna give that a shake real quick to get everything all mixed about. Is it just me, or does cornstarch feel super weird when you, oh, I don't like the feeling at all. Okay, so usually this is the process I do to cook my tofu. However, usually I'd get my whole block and cut it all into cubes and coat it with the flour mixture like this. Mainly because I just don't know how I'm going to use the tofu over the next few days or weeks. So I just cut it into 32 or 64 cubes, then I'd fry it up exactly how I'm going to show you. Then I would take how much I want for today, maybe the next day, and freeze the rest just to come out and defrost in the microwave when I'm ready to use it. And yeah, see, we've got it nicely coated. You can see, there we go. Since I will be making the noodles first before cooking them in the sauce, I think I'm just gonna let the noodles soak whilst I cook up the tofu, so that once I'm making the sauce, they're cooked and ready to just be thrown in. Yeah, I feel like that's the easiest course of action here, so we're gonna do that. Sharp objects fix everything. Don't put it on that way. Boom. Gotta get all those crumbs, of course. I might use this in the sauce later, might not. I think I'll make the sauce how I want it to, and if I feel like it needs some sweetness or like pizzazz, I'll add the seasoning in. And I'm literally just gonna leave that there until my tofu's cooked. I might turn it over halfway through just so I don't get one mushy side and one hard side. First thing to do is add some toasted sesame oil, since we're going for an Asianish sweet chili vibe with the noodles. That's all I'm going to add of that. I'm almost out as well. So. Okay, the oil is ripping hot, and I've just turned the heat down to medium. I'm going to grab one of the tofu pieces, tap it off a bit, and chuck it in. And we're going to keep going all over. I might add a bit more oil, but just regular oil, since the sesame oil is pretty strong. Another positive of the oil and flour mixture is that it's going to thicken up our sauce when we're ready to make that. So we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, guys. Just turning everything over now. It smells so good. It literally smells like fried chicken, and I don't even like fried chicken, but I do like the breading. So we're getting those kind of vibes here. There we go. I'm just going to let it go for another 2 minutes-ish, and yeah. Okay, so I've just taken all the tofu pieces out, and I will try this one for quality control because it's the smallest. But yeah, one thing to be mindful of is to scrape out all the burnt flour bits, because we don't want that flavour. So all of those are just on the edges of this pan. The middle is fine because it's all surrounded by that oil, so I'm okay with that. But these super blackened bits I'm just going to get rid of real quick. Wok's on really low heat now, on the lowest heat. I'm going to start by adding some rice wine vinegar. Okay, so let's just put it like so, and like so. There we go, noodles done. And obviously the star of the video has to come next, it's the tofu. Okay, the tofu's on there, the half that I ate earlier is missing there, but that's okay. Yeah, the rest of the tofu is still on this plate. Obviously you gotta try a bit of both. With rocks. Okay, so that is the end of today's challenge, and it was hard, guys. I'm not sure if it's because I used extra firm tofu, or because tofu is so dense, or because of the high protein content, but by dinner time I was nearly stuffed. I just thought it would be nice for me to, you know, have a breakfast, lunch, dinner option for all of you guys to take reference from. And yeah, but this was really hard. No, not for me, won't be doing that again. But yeah, if you are thinking about eating more tofu or trying out tofu, I hope these 3 ideas have given you some inspiration, and if you're going to try them, leave a comment down below so I can know how it went. That being said, I think I am done with today's video, yeah. So thanks for watching, I hope you liked it, and if you did, please do hit that like button, as it really will help my channel to grow. And if you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first one here next week. Thanks for watching, bye.